What's up, guys, and welcome to the One Realm Podcast. I'm your host, Diego, alongside my co-host, Thomas.
This is the first time I'm not tired.
I think it's actually the first time I'm not tired either. I'm feeling pretty good.
Wow. I ain't even taking a nap or anything either, so that's the really crazy part.
Neither
But
did I.
no, yeah. So funny enough, like usually, first of all, let me turn this TV down a little bit. I'm pretty sure it's picking up in the background.
Definitely, yeah, you can hear some Armageddon going off.
Yeah. Well, that kind of like answers what I was going to say next, though. So pretty
My,
much what I'm doing.
my
What are
bad.
you doing right now? While everything's going.
in this moment in
No,
time,
there. Yeah.
I'm just laying in bed about recording a podcast.
See, I'm always doing something different. Today I'm playing MK Armageddon on a snow stage where if I walk in too fast, I get smushed
That you're
while
doing
eating.
Conquest, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Conquest, the snow part. What I need you to do for me though is find out how we can actually. That's weird. I just noticed that. Um, I'll tell you what I'm talking about in a little bit, but I need you to figure out how to stream these games on Twitch or something, so we can at least watch each other play. You can at least watch me play these games.
Yeah, I actually forgot to tell you, I know how to do that. That it
Oh,
shouldn't be an issue. All you need is an adapter that goes from HDMI, no, sorry, from component, so the yellow, red, and white cables
hmm
over to HDMI, and then you just plug that into. I guess, well, for that you have to have a computer. If you have a computer that can at least stream in a low quality, because of course that game is super low quality, then you should be
hmm
fine. So basically, that's all you need is a computer where you can plug in HDMI cable into, and you're set.
What if I tried doing it through the Xbox, for example?
Well, yeah. I think the original version of the Xbox, you could actually do that. I
Well,
think that
no.
was doable.
So I'm talking about like with the Xbox Ones, you can put your cable cord through it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't, I'm
So
not,
like as long
I've
as you,
never looked into that, but if that is doable, then that would definitely
well,
be
if
the
we're
way to
using
do it.
HDMI cord, I figure it'd still be the same.
Yeah,
Because then if I wanted to do a Blu-ray player, I could do that because of that. I'm not sure it will stream to Twitch, but at least now I can at least do it on the bigger TV. That's just something to think about.
yeah. We'll
But
definitely look into that and hopefully get
yeah,
that happening eventually.
yeah.
Um, yeah. But what we're gonna be talking about today, of course, is the new gameplay trailer that came out for Aftermath. And it's kind of funny because we actually said we weren't going to be the ones that were going to be putting out a bunch of stuff about this, but they keep on dropping content, and it's interesting content too. So it's kind of
Content, they keep
part of it.
having revelations, and like, all right, we're done now, right? And like, no, we have this. Now, what we're definitely not doing if the combat cast, we're not reacting to that.
No,
We're not
definitely not.
reacting to it. We will touch the character. We'll watch it, but we will touch the characters once. We'll talk about the characters once we touch them. But other than that, there's nothing else we can do after this. But this. I literally forgot that this was happening to the point even when I woke up, I didn't even think about checking my phone for it. I was literally doing everything else but that. Like, oh wait, that came out. Let's go watch it.
Yeah,
But
and I actually, as usual, well, I haven't actually seen this yet. Um, so you're going to be getting my first reaction, first thoughts on this trailer itself. Now, I've seen a couple of screenshots here and there, so that's pretty much all I've seen, and none of it was particularly revealing. So I would say that I'm going into this pretty much
blind.
blind. Yeah. So I have it set to 0 seconds.
All right, give me 1 second. Almost
And as
there.
always, guys, we more than welcome you to watch the trailer alongside us and have us in the background
If
as you
you're,
watch it. I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and I have been trying to put people's footage of especially the trailers. I've been trying that. So that's of course official footage for like NetherRealm or Warner Brothers, and that it just won't let me do it unless I modify stuff, and I don't really have the time to be doing that. So I won't unfortunately have the trailer up here for you guys to actually watch it, but of course you can always go and just put us in the background. So definitely more than welcome to do so. And that's
but also definitely another thing as well is definitely go to the official page and watch it. because even though they are making enough money, we still want to support the game and community as much as possible. So
Yeah, especially now that they've actually
support
made
the
us happy
official
with story.
release. Support the official release.
Definitely, definitely.
I feel
All
like we're
right.
talking about anime now. Like, no, we're not. This is just more combat. But no, right. Ready when you are.
All right. I'm gonna count from 3 to 1, and I shall say play. All right.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, play. And of course, I'll have some of the audio for you guys in the background. Hopefully, it won't be too loud, but it should be pretty low. All right. So this is exactly what I saw. The screenshot of him grabbing a sword.
You're Raiden's brother.
We are partners in Earthrealm's defense.
Mm.
Are you also partners in incompetence?
No, Raiden's more chilly.
Dude, Raiden just gets roasted by everybody. That was one of I think that might be some of the best intro dialogue I've seen so far. Not from the DLC, I mean in general.
Yeah. I love this haircut for it. It's really good.
Yeah, I was giving him some shit, but seeing it in action looks a lot better.
What in the 10 hells are you? The future of law enforcement.
I'm not really interested in RoboCop, but you know.
Oh, I have some words for you about that. I want this is all over.
Okay. Alright, Fujin and Shiva is what I want to see, of course.
So something stands out and kind of I will just talk about it when we get closer.
Okay.
Of a mixture between the cyborgs and Sector and Cyrex and Striker.
Yeah, definitely looks like it. Fujin's looking pretty damn cool, I gotta say. His throw looks cool.
I'm going to use the fuck out of him when we get him.
Definitely.
The big matchup everyone wants.
they're gonna milk it, that's for sure. Huh. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm pretty impressed with Shiva too.
Oh yeah. Her ground pounds the entire screens. That's good.
To think that I had zero interest in this game and all of a sudden they just brought it back. Kudos to them.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yeah, that's definitely Sector. A crossbow.
Got the crossbow.
Really? That's interesting. The hell?
Wait for it. Pretty much a fatality montage.
Yeah. Oh, RoboCop uncalled for. Okay, classic Shiva.
259.
Huh.
Three good.
Oh, I kind of like that Shiva fatality. Oh, and the nuts. Alright. Okay.
So before we go any further, and we don't go to these parts just yet, but I want you to write these numbers down. 250.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me get my notepad out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said 250.
Yep.
Okay.
259
Okay.
and 313. Just write those down. We'll talk about those in a second.
Alright.
But all in all, what do you think so far?
Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with what I'm most interested in, and that's Fujin. So
Right.
I mentioned when we talked about it last time, or it may have been the initial reactions. Either way, I've talked about this previously. I wasn't a massive fan of, I don't know, just some of the things that were going on with his face. But after seeing him in this, after seeing the gameplay, I am very, very, very interested in seeing in feeling how he actually plays. I feel like he's somebody I've been waiting for so long. I think they actually put up a post about it too. 14 years since he was last playable. So I mean, oof, I'm extremely excited about that, and I can't wait to just kind of play with him because he seems like he's gonna be one of those characters that are pretty quick to use. You know what I mean? Like they're fast. They feel like they just feel like they're a lot faster than everybody else, and that's of course the case in some cases. Like Kung Lao, for example, is one that I've always been a fan of. Melina in MKX, for example, and I feel like he looks like he's going to be one of those characters. So I'm very excited to see how quick he actually is. And just from an aesthetic point of view, I think they did show some really, really good things too.
Right.
Of course, we haven't really seen him too often, so it's not like we can have this, very deep amount of costumes and classic costumes and something like that. So the fact that they can kind of expand in any way that they kind of want is kind of cool, because almost everybody else, we have a lot of other classic costumes. Despite him being somewhat of a classic character, they can really do whatever they want with him, and I do look forward to seeing what kind of gear they have. And I would rather have, of course, just a regular costume system, but we'll take what we get. And overall, Fujin, very, very impressive. I want to say the crossbow is kind of weird. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be. But he also has a sword, so I don't know. Did they show him using the sword in MKX? In that scene with Raiden? A staff, right?
Yeah, a staff and sword.
Okay.
It cut like a sword, I believe, but it wasn't like an actual sword.
Yeah, I never thought of it.
Armageddon, he had a sword.
Okay.
And then, and before that, in 4, he had a crossbow. So he doesn't really have a weapon to say. Because in Deception, everyone had a weapon except Blaze, Onaga, Moloch, and Mocap, I believe.
Okay.
So everyone had to have a weapon, so that doesn't count. Also, in 4, everyone had to have a weapon, and you take whatever you want with that statement as well. So this is like, they literally took a little bit of, a little piece of 4, a little piece of Armageddon, some things from X, and now we have Fujin. It really just is, it's the best of what we could have gotten. And even then, too, even in mythology, he's had 4 different costumes, really.
Yeah, which is definitely not much.
I mean, compared to some people who don't only have the 2 from their initial spot. So, at least the trilogy characters have at least 4 options to work with. Where a character like so for example, I think the person who have less than him other than like 3D era characters would be Chameleon. With both Chameleons actually.
True.
But you can give them both a UMK3 skin. Or even a 2 skin as well.
Yeah.
Let's see something real quick, but yeah, I think even all of this stuff made me like this whole video made me like kind of respect some of these characters more than I did before.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a good time to go talk about Shiva, because I've kind of I think I've said this a few times. Like I'm not really a Shiva fan. I wasn't really all that excited about playing Shiva, but after seeing this, I don't know. I just feel like she has potential again. Like MK9 actually wasn't terrible for her. Actually, no, MK9 was really bad, wasn't it, for gameplay with her, if I remember correctly?
No, I'm not sure about gameplay, but I do know like story-wise, she didn't get much to work with at all.
I actually, now that I think about it, remember that I didn't like her at all from a gameplay point of view. So you can scrap me saying that she wasn't bad there. Now I'm sure there's people out there that liked her in that, but for me, she just wasn't. And I don't know, like seeing from the footage, I also think she's gonna be kind of quick. I don't know what it is, but I just kind of feel like she's gonna be, especially for your usual Shokan, she's gonna be a lot faster than them, like Goro in the MKX and stuff like that. I feel like he's gonna be
Well,
a lot
Goro's
more
pretty
fun to
fast
use.
too.
Yeah, I know, but he's always just kind of felt to me in MKX like because everybody in MKX is relatively fast, I would say, except for maybe
Sure.
Kodal, but everybody's relatively fast. And I feel
Well,
like
yeah,
for
you have to run better than
MK11
that.
standards, I think she'll probably be pretty quick. But
Fast. Yeah.
yeah, I could be
Well, it's
wrong about
like
that, of course.
back. If you remember watching The Incredibles back in 2006, 2004, I believe.
Yeah, I
Which
was
is
still in
actually
the
the last
U.S.
time.
Yeah,
When actually that's probably the last time Fujin was playable.
yeah, something like that.
But that being said, like there's a spot from Syndrome that he's like when everyone's super, no one is. So it's like when everyone's fast in one game, no one's fast anymore, really.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
But
that's why I feel like in games like MK9 or MK11, a fast character seems very very fast. Like Melina even in MK9, she was so fun to use.
yeah,
But mostly Kung Lao. That's what I love about Kung Lao in MK9 was he was just so fast and he was so much fun to use for me. In MKX, Kung Lao's fast, but everybody is for the most part. So he kind of loses that advantage. I feel like. Um, but yeah, definitely. Like there's even a few costumes that they showed or some gear pieces in there. Like her red costume I actually like a lot in this trailer. And I gotta say, like the classic fatality for her is actually really really well done.
so for
Rips
what we
off the
can
arm.
see, well, she doesn't really she off the skins of the arm.
Yeah,
But for what we can see so far, yeah, I like it too. So it's
definitely.
like I can't wait to actually go into the whole thing now. Another thing too, like when you see a fatality and it doesn't like just annoy you anymore, that's how you tell you it's like actual good fatality,
Yeah, for sure.
or it's something different. But I don't know. Like I said, I never hated Shiva, like a lot of people do apparently, and that's because okay. So for example, let's look at where she comes from. MK3, where back in then you didn't have much to go off unless you read. We've discussed this. I do not read. You don't not read. Well, you didn't read. Let's move on past that. Um, and then she has the annihilation spot, which can be a good thing or bad thing depending on what you think. But her spot in annihilation didn't do her any justice. She even died like in a fight. She died by a trap gone wrong technically. And then what happened next? Her next appearance, because her next appearance wasn't even be a villain, be in a TV show called Defenders of the Realm. Now I like that Shiva because she talked straight shit to Raiden before talking shit to Raiden was a thing. Like she would literally just like Raiden and her would just talk mad shit to each other. I'm like, is this a thing? I kind of like it. I want this to be more of a thing now. But that was one thing there. So I was like, I like Shiva from then. After that, I never really cared for Shiva again. Not Armageddon, not in 9. X's comic I did like. And her small appearance in 11 I didn't mind. But I can say that the games themselves don't do her justice. The only thing you've seen her do well was in Defenders of the Realms, which you haven't seen, so you have nothing to go off of that. But I don't know, but I think they're kind of fair. Costume wise, it looked good. Moves wise, she looks fun as well. I'm just really ready to see it. Now, granted, am I gonna say like I wanted her instead of Reiko? Fuck no. But if they can take a character that I don't care about and make them good, I'll take it.
Yeah, and it's good to see that she has the potential of getting the Baraka treatment, looking all out of nowhere, becoming cool again, or in this case, for the first time, being cool for Shiva. They've
In a legit game.
yeah,
Yes.
they've done good things in MK11 with certain characters and really making them, actually be popular and have a fan base and being being fun to use as well. So definitely excited to see what they do with Shiva. I think so far it looks good. As always, the final result will be determined when it actually comes out, which is the 26th, if I'm not mistaken. So we only have 13 days left. Yeah, 13 days left, maybe 14 for some, depending on where you are in the world, and
Or
what time they
15
release
in
it.
Australia.
Yeah. So
Well, no.
it's close, so we don't have to wait too long.
Yeah.
And I guess before we go look at the things that you mentioned, the timestamps that we wrote down, I guess we should just talk about RoboCop real fast. Now, we've both said we don't really care about RoboCop. I don't even know if I've ever seen the RoboCop movies. I don't know about you. People can hate on me, but I'm not really interested in that. Have you ever seen them?
Nope. This is the thing too. Um, someone made a good point, being the fact that the people who it's kind of weird having RoboCop. I keep saying RoboCop, but that's clear what it means though. But it's weird to have RoboCop in a game where most people who's playing it nowadays are like my age or is uncaged games ages or breast age, where no one really knows the character as much.
Mm-hmm.
But even like for some people, even people who know who RoboCop is, they even think that's weird in some cases. I was talking to my uncle the other day, and he's like, "Yeah, well, they added more characters to the game." He's like, "Oh, who they add?" Fujin, he doesn't really play more Kombat, so I don't expect him to know who these characters are either. So, but he knows who RoboCop is, and he's like, "That's fucking weird." I'm like, "Right? Like, I'm not crazy, right?" He's like, "No, no, like, how is he gonna fight? Like, how is he gonna do? He's slow." I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah, like I've seen a few scenes. There are of course some very iconic scenes from RoboCop.
I've never seen any.
Sorry.
Because I've never seen any of them.
Okay, well there's one in particular. I'll send it to you later. He just unloads an entire room, and it's he definitely fits the bill in terms of brutality, but he's definitely very slow from what I have seen. Not in the, of course not in the game. I mean, like, so, and like I said, I haven't really. I may have seen the movies when I was a lot younger, but I don't recall anything. But he definitely, movement wise, from a few scenes I have seen, he does seem very very slow. But at the end of the day, this is MK, and I don't think it's gonna be the same RoboCop we see in the movies. Especially because, like, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about him too much. From what they showed, there's some funny things. Like in the second fatality they showed, he shoots Baraka in the nuts. That's kind of funny. Other than that, don't really have much to say. Oh, I guess we can. Obvious, yeah. The connections to Sector and Cyrax.
Well, there's a little bit more to that as well, by the way.
Okay.
So first of all, what I said before the start, like, it's pretty much a combination between Sector, Cyrax, and Striker, right?
Yeah.
From what we can tell.
Yeah.
So what if I told? So let me ask you this: what if I told you that he has UMK3 Cyborg ninja skins?
I wouldn't be. I would actually kind of. I'm
not
mad
surprised,
at it.
but
Yeah, I'm not
you're
mad
not
at
mad,
it.
you're just disappointed.
I think after MKX, where we didn't actually get them. I mean, we got them as Triborg, so sort of. I feel like if they were gonna put him in this game, number one, he shouldn't have been paid for. First of all, he should have been something that was in the main roster. Second of all, they should be their own characters, because Sector in particular has a lot to build on. Cyrax maybe he's a bit more difficult, but Sector definitely has a lot they can do. And I do believe he will come back in the next game, depending on what they do, or hell, even in I don't think in this story mode, of course, because they would have definitely already showed him, but you know what I mean. I think he'll definitely come back eventually. But at the same time, would I rather play as RoboCop, or would I rather play as one of the cyber
Sector,
ninjas?
Cyrax, or Smoke.
I'm gonna pick Sector all day long. You know what I mean? Like it's I will equip those skins or those gears pieces, and I'll move on with move on with my life and ignore RoboCop
But it's
existing.
but it's like literally the fact that they also people are saying like the reason why RoboCop is in the pack because there's no way that he probably sell on his own. I'm not sure whose idea was to sell him like that, but it's like there's no way in hell like even for the whole sector not sector RoboCop versus Predator not Predator Terminator fight, no one's gonna really buy him for that.
Yeah, I would definitely say like unlike Terminator or the other guest characters that we've seen, I don't think it's quite as relevant a character into modern pop culture. I would definitely say that. So yeah, I think that's probably why they put him in this pack as opposed to selling him on his own.
By himself, yeah,
Yeah,
he would never sold.
definitely. So that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if that is an option, I will definitely pretend that RoboCop is Sector or Smoke and or Cyrax and just
Mm-hmm.
kind of just go with
Deal
it.
with it.
Yeah, here's one thing I would say. If they have each of the Cyber Ninjas move sets in there, like not just one of their moves, but a decent move set, then I would definitely be more interested. So I can actually have it more like a regular Sector would be, and with some RoboCop involved. So I wouldn't be mad at that, but at the same time, not the best, not the best. But okay, I think that's probably enough RoboCop because neither one of us is really too
Not
interested
quite
in that.
because
No.
well, the one thing I would say as well, compared to everything, those timestamps kind of show something as well. So we saw a lot of fatalities just a
Yeah.
second ago as well. We saw Fujins, we saw some of Shivas, saw a lot of stages as well. Let's say fatalities as well, which I'm all hyped for. But someone pointed out something to me while we were watching. I was watching Bruss's reaction. Um, so go to the first one. I told you 250.
Okay.
Okay. Now that's the one. I'm assuming that's the iconic scene about from RoboCop, right?
About the hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's iconic, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
Okay. So
Uh,
that's one.
yeah.
So that's fatality number one, right? All right. So now go to the next one, which is 253
53. Okay.
or 59. I'm not sure which one it
59 is
was.
what you had me write down. Yeah.
Yeah. So go to
Yeah,
59.
and this is essentially the iconic one. Yeah,
Okay.
the one I was
So
talking about
that's
anyway.
all right. So that's two.
Yeah.
Go to the next one. So that
313.
those two are
Okay. Shiva, you mean?
and that's no. This should be the towards the end of the
Ah, you mean
trailer
okay. Where he makes Brock
when
explode?
yeah,
Yeah, shoots him in the nuts. Yeah.
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 And before that, we see like you see them connected, but the whole point is that's three fatalities
Yeah.
for RoboCop. So I think this is their way of saying we're everyone getting like a third fatality as well now.
That's definitely very welcome. I will say that. Oh wait, hold on.
I know what you're thinking. That's
That's the same fatality. Yeah.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the that's still the same fatality because there's the one where he like shoots the grenade above.
Yeah.
It's not from what I can tell. It's not in a um. It's not in a outro fashion. That looks like an actual fatality. Like the end part looks like an outro, but I don't think that would be a fucking long ass
hold on.
outro.
Hold on. Go, if you look at the one with the hand, and then they
Yeah.
fast forward over to Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage is missing a hand before he gets hit by the barrage of shots.
Let me see.
Yeah, go to 256. Well, actually, no, just go to 250 first, and then,
Mhm.
of course, you'll see Joker, and then keep an eye on Johnny Cage's hands when he pops back up. All right.
Okay.
His right hand.
Yeah.
Yep. His right hand is missing.
Damn it.
Yeah, so they did the same thing twice, where they skipped to a different fatality. Well, sorry, they just they went to a different thing and then went back to the same fatality. They cheesed us with this one though because it went from Joker to Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same fate. It's one fatality. So
Okay.
that's out the window.
So
Maybe. I think
I
they
mean,
probably would have
hopefully we're
bragged
like
about
some. No, they probably wouldn't because they don't tell us anything.
that.
But
Fair
I mean,
enough.
it was a nice thought though.
Yeah, I definitely see why you would think, and then honestly, like it's kind of. I think that's probably what they were going for. Actually, make it kind of questionable or something like that. Give you some, make you, or hell, maybe they were
But
like,
I
what?
kind
Let's just give them more stuff to talk about and like, reactions and like multiple watch throughs.
Well, one thing I would say though too, which is why it kind of make and cause at first I wasn't believing him, but I was like, oh, he makes some good points, but it wasn't like he made a whole video. This is like his live reaction. I didn't watch the whole thing because
Yeah.
I got busy. But what I will say is, what was it? What I will say is that it kind of makes sense why that wouldn't work because easy fatalities pretty much.
Mm.
Because think about it, you have so in MKX they made two more buttons for certain characters. So before it was just hold right trigger and press X, hold right trigger and press Y, or hold right trigger and press 1, hold right trigger and press 2. That being said, that was nothing to do. Like when they added the class fatalities for certain characters, so Sonya, I'm not sure if Kano has one, but Sonya, Sub Zero, Katana, Jax, Kung Lao,
Yeah.
Johnny. When they got theirs, they added the X, but they added the 3. So hold right trigger, press A, hold right trigger, press X. And then when they added the stage fatality, they added B. So I don't think we don't get any classic fatalities because that's pretty much the brutalities now, which I'm really happy that we got that instead. And then if you're adding friendships that had to be done at the end of the match, it kind of makes sense to why that one of those buttons would have to go to the friendship still. If you add a third fatality, there's nowhere else to put
Yeah.
the in there.
For
So
sure.
that makes sense, but it was a nice thought though.
I definitely see why you would. Well, yeah, at first glance, it seems like that might be what they're telegraphing. But whatever. It's fine. Who knows? Maybe we'll get it, but I doubt it at this point. But the stage fatalities, like the arcade, I am happy that they put one there too. The tournament arena stage. That's kind of a cool thing to see Shiva smashing with the arcade stand. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like overall, I'm happy with the trailer. I feel like RoboCop is RoboCop, and I'm not too that doesn't really interest me too much, but it is good to see at least throwbacks to the Cyber Ninjas. Shiva looks really really good, surprisingly interesting. Honestly, like Nightwolf when they showed his trailer, I wasn't really impressed. I of course I like Shang Tsung, and having the actor from the movie was definitely nice to see. So that got me excited. Sindel
Sindel,
couldn't really
I
care
was
less.
excited for,
Yeah,
but I didn't care for as well.
yeah,
Actually,
especially with the bullshit story they gave her.
yeah. Let's hope they fix that.
Yeah. So honestly, like I would say, both of the MK characters that are coming in this DLC rank above,
Mm-hmm.
except for Shang Tsung, rank above the other ones that have come out so
Came
far.
first.
So yeah. So I'm definitely very very happy about this. Gameplay wise, they both look really fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they actually bring to the table in terms of some throwbacks too. Because I mean, Shiva's another one where she hasn't really had an opportunity to shine, and if they can do the Baraka thing that they with her, then really that would be pretty massive. And I think there's always a desire to see Shokan in these games, And if they nail it right, then it's gonna be very, very good
Wow,
for them.
dude.
Sorry, what?
Repeat that that
Yeah,
last
I know
sentence.
where you. As soon as I said it, I thought, oh no.
Yeah.
But do we have to bring in half dragon, half whatever porn to this podcast? I'm
Half
fuck
dragon,
it. You know
half
what? Yeah,
human.
you're right. I know what I'm gonna be watching after this.
World
Anyway.
needs to know your business, dude. All right. But on a different note as well, sort of different notes. I like that we have a really good friendship. You know who else has a good friendship now?
Who?
Kung Lao.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dude, the
Have you seen it
friendships are
or
looking
no?
so good. Yeah, I've seen some of them. Well, Kung Lao, actually, I
Well,
don't think I have yet. Let me pull that
well
up.
I literally just sent it to you too.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, like some the ones I've been seeing so far, really, really fucking good.
so the ones I've seen so far, have been Sub Zero, Scorpion, Kano, and New Saiban, which are
Yeah.
all great so far. You guys,
All right, here we go.
Scorpion getting Hickman's Teddy. Yeah, tell me when.
Sorry,
Oh, you're right,
it
sir.
started going. I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Kung Lao playing fucking. Oh man, dude, this is good.
Wait, let's listen to it. He's literally making the train noise as well. Like, choo
Oh wow,
choo, all aboard.
dude, that's good.
Mm,
Dude,
mm,
it's
mm.
fun. I haven't told my girlfriend about those. So, and I can't wait to just like we'll be playing out of nowhere, and I'll hit her with a friendship, and she won't expect it. It's gonna be really, really funny. She doesn't pay attention to MK stuff, so I honestly would like
Yeah,
to know what.
the creative process
Well, not just that,
or what?
but I mean like because that too. I would love to see something like that in the crypt. Unfortunately, we'll never see that again if things continue this way. But like what somebody who isn't really a diehard Mortal Kombat fan thinks of when they see this stuff, because so many people think that MK is just gore. It's just it's just violence. But then you see something like this, and it's like, man, there's actually a lot more to it, because the humor to it is something that really is unique in the genre, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what people would think about that in general because I agree with you. I wonder what people think because it's weird to even from like when we first saw it, like we weren't against it, but if you didn't know that friendships were a thing before, it's like this is strange. Same with babalities.
Yeah, babalities I would say
I
is
mean,
probably more out there.
so that's even weirder because like the other thing too, but they're actually so with babality, it was literally just a sprite of the costume they were wearing as a baby.
Yeah,
So it wasn't like you were really seeing anything different. But then friendship, they actually had little animations with them before. Not much. I remember Kitana. What first one was she baked a cake. Her second one was she blew bubbles instead of kiss of death. Jade was a pogo stick. I don't really remember everyone, but that's like some of the ones that. Oh, Liu Kang's was dancing,
mm-hmm.
and like I'm not sure that's the real song like played with it, but the song like I'm always every time I think of Liu Kang dancing, I always think of Amaya he, Amaya ha, Amaya ha, Amaya ha.
A Liu Kang, a Liu Kang. All right, my bad.
And he's literally like he's squat like we're probably gonna play this in the background somewhere, but he's like squatting and he's like bounce his top half and then he's like pick up one foot. My I gotta find it somewhere, but that's literally every time when I think of Liu Kang dancing or his friendship, that's literally the song I go with because I remember seeing it in the video where he's doing that. It's like that's fucking hilarious.
uh,
Also, I'm learning a lot about this game, about Armageddon while we're playing. I'm playing this while doing this.
well, I mean, there's
First of
actually a
all,
lot to it. Yeah,
well, mostly because Melina is literally the easiest character ever to play with.
she was pretty
And when I
OP.
say that, well, not even that. It's like, okay, I haven't played the 3D era games in a while. Like I have, but I haven't. And like we always talked about, like me and you always stick with like the first moveset. We never changed. And I just beat Blaze first round just now, literally just by doing 4-4-B the entire time. So if I actually beat him in this, you're gonna hear me laugh. And yeah, literally I did two moves. I did 4-4-B, which is the kick from above, and then when I got knocked down one time, I kicked him, and then just kept doing 4-4-B.
Wow. Well, you broke the game. Congratulations. Well, I mean, broke the game. That's probably the most unbalanced fighting game ever released by a major company or by a major
Well,
studio.
here's the thing too, but maybe that's just saying what Blaze, like um how bad this was made, because there was no way, no chance in hell you could do that on with Onaga on his stage at all.
Definitely not. No.
Like that fucker would grab you and then like probably like throw you on your head.
Yeah.
But
Onaga was a nightmare in a lot of
yeah,
ways. Blaze, he was basically cheese with the roll, and that was pretty much it.
yeah,
If you could avoid that, then you were pretty much fine.
yeah. Which the thing about the 3D era, you could like sidestep.
Yeah. Made things more difficult in some ways and a lot easier for defense, I would say. But yeah, I mean, is there anything else you want to mention about this trailer?
Let's see. Well, we already talked about the guest costume.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see like all the variations and extra moves. I may watch the Kombat cast when it comes out. I probably won't, because why?
I definitely won't. Yeah,
Um, because by the time it comes on your time, usually it's at 3 o'clock here, so that is what, 10 your time,
something like that. Yeah,
and usually you have to work the next day, so it's not even worth it.
yeah.
Um, yeah, honestly, like I will. The thing is, you can show me all you want about a game, about a character in a game, but I'm going to most likely just play on my own and figure stuff out myself before I do anything else when I play it. And that's literally what the story's for. And honestly, I'm about to go ahead and buy it right now, the Aftermath pack,
Yeah,
just so it's already downloaded as well.
it's all
Because
set.
there's no like, oh, I have to wait a little bit because it's not ready. And it's like, no, like this is getting done. This is getting done now. Also, I want to make sure I get those skins. By the way, they updated those skins as well.
In the picture, right? At the end of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, not even in the video, but just in general, like a couple of days ago, 'cause a lot of people were like, "Why the fuck are these with these?" Um, I'm not sure they did the same thing with the pictures, but at least now they changed Scorpion and Sub-Zero mask out for what they should have been, or for better versions either as well. Maybe. Let's see. I really want to look at the other. I really want to see everyone's friendship as well, though, because that is literally like
yeah. In a way,
it's
though,
kind of like make.
I hope they stop releasing them because I want to save them for the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop looking at this after this. Like I think from after this point we're going to just finish everything else we have planned. But okay, so yeah, at 3:35 on that one, they updated some things.
Yeah.
They made some Scorpion's eyes white now instead of human eyes, which was weird
Mm.
when they first did it. Sub-Zero has a more prominent scar now. I don't think they changed the color's still the same, but I mean, honestly, like I said, you can change the color into the game. I'm not worried about that. And literally, everyone's saying the same thing. This is Frost's best skin.
I mean, not that it's too difficult considering MK11 botched her, but
Exactly.
but
But
yeah,
no one. Well, it's like when you have like your favorite character, but you hate the way they look on every form facet. Because even myself, like as much as I don't mind Kitana's costumes, I really didn't start. I didn't really have a costume of called Kitana until I had the MK2 one. Same with Jade as well. Scarlet was easy because all you needed to put her in a ponytail and you had your costume already. Sub-Zero, same thing. I didn't like his costume until I had the classic ones. Well, just most remember my point. Like some of the costumes, like, the new ones are good. Like, well, no, that's not, Johnny Cage's is a good. New Cybots is good. And no, it's like too Reapery. I don't know. Shang Tsung, any of his work. Like you kind of, not say like the new ones suck, but like you kind of rather just go with the classic ones because they look a lot better because they did some shit that doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, that and we're we have a certain nostalgia for the classic ones, so
Well, not even
there's
that
always that.
because a prime example is a lot of people say this as well. The Revenants have like the best costumes. All the Revenants have like the best costumes, but they're Revenants, so you don't want to use them still.
Exactly. They all have that shitty shade to their skin tone and all that, and that's definitely like a thing that I've noticed too. Is like if I feel like maybe if they weren't almost all, if they didn't almost all have Revenant versions, then maybe like if it would be a bit more unique, and I would be more interested in using the Revenants. But as it is, they're just very similar to them. Their costumes themselves look good, like what they're wearing, but yeah, for some reason Revenants just throw everybody off, just make them
Well, no, it's just
unappealing.
the fact that they're Revenants. Like we want our characters to be alive
Yeah,
still.
we want them to be their actual characters instead of you know.
A good version of a good thing I can say, like even in some cases, it doesn't work. So Revenant, I'm trying to think about Liu Kang's. Well, yeah, so Revenant, Liu Kang, for example, or Kitana. I like the costume, but I don't like this. I kind of like the costume, but I kind of don't like the costume. Um, I like Kitana. I like their secondary Revenant costumes where it's like a little less armor and actually more traditional. But there's not a living version of that either. They only have they only have literally they have it for their first costume and the second color after that.
Mm,
They don't have anything else. It's like, well, that sucks.
definitely.
But but I think if they do that, if they go ahead in the Combat League and do that again, where they have like living versions of the Revenants, like, all right, I'll get those. If you change the costume, then yeah. But, but yeah, other than that, this has all been great so far. I don't think I'm thinking like now look at any other unless it's other cast that doesn't count. But I don't think I'm going to be looking at any more aftermath stuff until the game comes out now.
Yeah, I definitely will be avoiding seeing any more of the friendships and stuff like that, just because I don't know. It's always that's just something, and that might just be me being weird, but I've always just kind of felt like I want to see as much stuff as I actually play the game, because if I've already seen
Yeah,
everything before that, I can
then you're going to get
actually
burnt out.
yeah, then I can actually it's like I remember like
Well, like
MK9, I watched the fatalities that they showed over and over again. So by the time I did it, I was like, oh, cool. Like the first 5 times I did it, but then it was just like, I've already seen this a million times.
yeah. No, and I like the versions of. I agree with you on that point too. But like for example, like the whole fatalities we just seen today. I hope there's more stage fatalities instead of the ones we saw. 'Cause they literally showed them in their full capacity.
Yeah.
There's
Did
four
they show
so
the
far.
Deadpool? No, right?
We saw the Deadpool on the last
Yeah, in the
one.
last one, yeah.
Literally when they get uppercut and lower down to the
The,
acid.
yeah.
Um, we've seen the Shaolin Trap Dungeon, which everyone was hoping became one. We saw um, we've seen a lot so far, but my whole thing would be just I don't want to see anything else fatalities wise. I'm glad we see both Fujins. We've seen pieces of Shiva's, so we didn't see the whole thing. And I'm okay with your stuff. I don't want to see anything else to spoil the game.
Same here, basically, yeah.
But
I wanna experience everything when it comes out.
exactly. But on that note, I have nothing else to say.
All right, perfect. Well, that's a wrap. I mean, unless something else that's massive comes out for Aftermath, then we probably won't be covering it. I guess we can't really shut the door on it because you never know. They might release something else. I doubt it. There's really nothing else they can release, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll surprise us, but I doubt it. But yeah, regardless, we're both extremely excited for Aftermath. It's completely revitalized our interest in this game itself, and you never know, man. Like if they do this right, then they could have literally taken a game that was completely dead and just as taken something that was a huge disappointment and actually made it given us a very, very positive note for the future, which was necessary considering how much negative press and how much negativity from the fan base in general surrounds this game. So very excited about it, and hopefully you guys will be checking us out by the time it comes out, and I'm sure we'll be streaming. I definitely will be. Hopefully Thomas can get his stuff set up too, so he can stream off of his Xbox and stuff like that. And
well, so streaming off the one is simple. It's literally trying to figure out how to stream things like Armageddon, Deception, Daily, those games.
Yeah. But we'll be definitely streaming.
One thing I'm concerned. Well, this is just pop my head, but why the fuck hasn't the arcade edition came back to the one yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I was wondering the same thing because there's been talks about them releasing a new arcade collection and stuff like that. I guess they might be doing that. They might be waiting to release like a new collection, updated collection, especially because the last one that came out was pretty glitched. It had a lot of problems. Maybe they finally fixed it and are gonna re-release it. But I don't know. Regardless, we would absolutely be covering Aftermath when it comes out, both on some streams and of course on here with our podcast. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do in terms of maybe like separating each character for the story and stuff like that, but we'll definitely have plenty of content for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and yeah, we'll see you in the next episode, guys. Thanks for listening.
Later.